Power is the ability to influence, control, or direct people, events, or circumstances to achieve desired outcomes. Power itself, in and of itself, is not evil. It is people who are evil. Power and money amplifies what you really are.
This is the book that we're going to have a commentary on.
We want to begin this video with a disclaimer that the views that we share in the 48 Laws of Power are not necessarily prescriptive in nature. We are not prescribing that people follow to the letter these laws, but we are offering an unbiased view of what Robert Greene has given. For those of you who believe in Jesus Christ like we do, we would remind you that you have a duty to obey God's word. You have a duty to follow the Bible. You have a duty to do the right thing. Ours is to offer an unbiased opinion based on the writer, Robert Greene. And so with that, we get to our story. There's a guy by the name Alcibiades, and Alcibiades was an Athenian. He comes from Athens. History says that this man was a very charming individual and a great orator. As a matter of fact, he was a student of Socrates. And Socrates is well known as a philosopher. And so Alcibiades was very charming. Ladies liked him. The politicians liked him because of his great oratory skills. And he was a great military general. So one day he managed to convince Athens in a war to go and fight against Sicily. And in his conviction, Athens went and started this fight. When they were about to finish the fighting, there was an accusation against Alcibiades on sacrilege. He had done something that was blasphemous. And so he was summoned back to Athens to be executed. But knowing the Athenian people, he decided to run away. So he ran away from Athens and went and joined, what did he join? He went and joined the Spartans. Not the Spartans. Who did he join?
Pasha.
He went and joined the Persians. So when he went and joined the Persians, he ingratiated himself with the Persians, sharing military strategies of Athens so that Persians can beat Athens. And indeed, the Persians, getting military advice from Alcibiades, defeated Athenians. After some time, guys grew jealous of him and they wanted to destroy him. But then again, as they were hatching their plan to get rid of Alcibiades, there were rumors that were started, which I think were true based on how Alcibiades reacted, that he had an affair with the king's wife. So since he had an affair with the king's wife, that was point blank. The penalty was death. And so he discovered that he was going to be killed. And so he ran away and joined the Spartans. Now in this time, the Spartans, the Athenians, and these other guys are called the Persians, were in conflict. And so when he joined the Spartans, he shared military intelligence of both Athens and what are these guys? Spartans?
Yeah.
Persians.
Persians.
No, he joined the Persians.
Yes.
So he shared military intelligence of Athens and Spartans. And so Persians became a little bit more powerful. And this time, Athenians grew a bit desperate since they were losing in the wars. So as they grew desperate, they knew that Alcibiades was the reason behind their defeat and behind them being defeated. So they decided to go and court Alcibiades and told him that we had condemned you to death. We are going to take away all your charges. Come and lead us. Come and be our hero. And so they courted him and wooed him until Alcibiades accepted and went back to Athens to become the leader of the Athenian army. And as he went into Athens, he was welcomed as a hero and everybody loved him and all sins were forgotten. And so this is how this guy was able to play with 3 mighty armies. He later on died, but then again, he had managed to never commit to anyone.
Commitment. Watu wapendi commitment ndio hawa. Indo law yao.
Yes.
Now they know how to use it.
Yes.
So this is law 20, do not commit to anyone. Judgment. This one is a bit harsh. It is the fool who always rushes to take sides. Do not commit to any side or cause but yourself. By maintaining your independence, you become the master of others, playing people against one another, making them pursue you.
As simple as it sounds.
Wow, making them pursue you.
You
It's
become
not about
valuable.
being,
You become valuable.
You're not the one who is pursuing them.
pursuee.
You're the pursuee.
Yes.
Is that an English word? We've just made that up
pursuee.
here.
The pursuers are coming after you. Na wako wengi sana.
Ni
mpaka
wengi.
Unasikia you're very valuable.
Alcibiades. So
Yes,
he knew
yes,
he
yes,
knew
yes.
about this law. It's interesting that hizi stories zinakuanga za tene. It is interesting to see these people. Yani unajua ushajiuliza Robert Greene alifanya research na kaje ndo andike kitabu.
And by the funny bit, Robert Greene has never been in any position of authority or power.
Interesting.
All
Ni
kings.
research too.
Yes, all kings, all political leaders in this time have had to read that book.
Everyone.
That is a book even.
Unajua nimesoma hapa nyuma imeni intrigue. Hapa nyuma I've never read it. Imeandikwa the best selling book for those who want power, watch power, or want to arm themselves against power. There's a review here by the Times. If power is your ultimate goal, this is the book you need. So, well, sometimes you just read it for knowledge. You don't have to be interested. Personally, I'm not interested in power. But it's an interesting book to read, to see how people from the past. But I'm curious. Robert Greene alifanya research na kaje ndo andike hizi stories.
A lot of
zote.
research. And you see, I always see people wakijaribu kusema ati if you're not an expert in a field, don't talk.
No.
You can become an expert in any field.
Information is out here.
Yes. All you have to do is read. The guy who's written the book that most powerful people use in the world for centuries.
Has never.
No, for years, not centuries. For many years. Has never been in that position of power where he is acknowledged. Because not many people know him.
Yeah.
By the way, he's alive.
He is.
Yes, he's alive. He does a lot of podcasts.
In
this podcast here, the Diary of the CEO.
Siakuje.
He's a very regular in that Diary of the CEO.
Hapa. Tutalipa
Never been in power, but written about power in ways that are applicable.
And even
Applicable
and you're
kabisa.
getting reviews like if you want to be in power, this is the book.
That's the book.
Yani kama mtoto fulani aliandika kitabu.
Exactly.
Nika manual.
Research.
And he has never been there. Unajua.
That's what we are doing.
Yeah.
We are researching. When we started this podcast, we said, we're not coming in here as experts or as professionals in a field.
At all.
But as people who are studying history and getting to see these things apply in today's time.
Yeah.
They're saying that do not commit to anyone. In a world of...
But yourself.
Yes. In a world of hungry allegiances. In a world hungry for allegiances.
Yeah.
Power often belongs to not to the committed, but to the courted. Law 20 in Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power teaches us the unmatched strategy, value of remaining unattached, emotionally, ideologically, and politically. In this episode, we dive deep into how non-commitment can make you the prize everyone wants.
Hii kitu yetu anasemanga I'm the prize, I'm
I'm
the
the
prize.
prize, I'm the prize.
Remain unattached. You'll be the
Even
prize.
people who are not the prize or they have not done anything to be the prize are the prize. You see, guys listen to Americs say that men are the prize, and they think that is just a statement that just being male is XY chromosome.
Sikufanya. This is
Male
where I embarrass myself. I don't know.
XY am I XX. I think male is XY.
Yeah.
They think that just because you are a man, male, then you are the prize. No. You make yourself the prize.
Yeah.
A valuable man is the prize. A
valuable man.
Yes.
Not everyone.
Not everyone is the prize.
This vinyangarikas out here on the prize on every single
No,
podcast.
you're not the prize. You're not the prize because you're male.
Shut
you
up,
are
King
a
Ori.
prize.
Okay, not King Ori.
You are a prize because you have made yourself valuable. That is where value is.
Yeah.
You have put a price tag on yourself that is so high because of what you've achieved. There are guys getting them, like getting Robert Greene here would be a daunting task.
Yo, unajua hapo kwanza itabidi tumelipa ndege
kabisa. So you make yourself the prize. Become the courted, not the quarter.
No, the quarter. Be the courtee. Oh no, courtee. Oh yeah, be the courted one.
Courted.
Not quoted. Court.
So
quoted.
Alcibiades alikuwa mjamaa tu, everywhere he goes he would cause trouble.
What's that trouble?
Imagine he managed to convince Athens to fight against Sicily.
Yeah.
And they won. He was a very good military strategist. But then again
nimenotice umevaa ile kofia fulani.
Niko na hiyo kofia. Kofia ni kali na it matches with the shoes and it brings the eyes out. I don't know. Sijui kwa nini vitu mbaya ndio. Si mbaya.
Si mbaya.
A good one.
Si mbaya.
So
Alcibiades after me
so he goes to Athens.
Yeah.
He convinces Athens to fight Sicily. And they go and win because he's a good strategist. And as a matter of fact, history says that kuna watu walikuwa wameobject against fighting Sicily.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was a good orator and a charming guy. Nemodo.
Kimtu
akona
anasikika.
Macharming.
Ora yake. Akona charisma. Akona riz.
So he managed to convince our end of fight. And they went and fought and won. So first, he was very credible in his advice. Then he did something wanaita sacrilege. It's almost blasphemous. Maybe he spoke against their gods or something.
Oh, the Athenian gods.
Yes, the Athenian gods or something.
Makes sense.
And then what the Athenian rulers wanted to do is they recalled him back from war. Imagine if you are Alcibiades and you are in the middle of war and you're the reason why you're winning and then you get recalled. You know that hapa ni kimeumana.
Kimeumana for real.
Sema kimeumana. So now he knew that he was going to be killed.
Yeah.
He decided to defect. Kijana achoki. Akatoka hapo, he goes to Sparta.
Yeah.
So when he goes to the Spartans, they know him because he's fought in battle like it. And then he manages to convince them and sell out Athens.
Yeah.
Na kuuza military strategies zao. Then he does not stop there.
Yeah.
Anaona the king's wife.
Nini?
Sini mtu charm.
He's using his charm. Not only
charming.
To win wars, to win hearts.
He's not only using his charm to win wars. He must use it for something.
He's getting hearts along the way.
And who else to win the heart? Who better to win the heart than the king's wife?
Jesus Christ. This guy used to aim high. Hey, he's an overachiever.
Hey, he's the prize.
He was indeed the prize.
Do you know that time? Sika sahi mnaanza ati seeing dust. Talking about dust. No, that time you die. You touch the king's wife. Like Solomon had 1,000 women.
Yeah.
You touch any one of them, you die.
You're dead.
Yes, when a king gets a lady, she belongs to the king.
Hata ukisikika tu alionekana na
my friend, you die. That's how
hata
to
kama
die.
ni rumors.
1,000
ways to die. 1,000 ways to die.
So he goes and woos the king's wife, and then the rumors
na dem
start.
aliingia box.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Ati, of course.
He was the prize after all.
He's charming.
Yeah.
He's charming. Kwani ladies wanatakanga nini other than charms?
It's just charms and butterflies and lies. That's it. That's it now.
The heart of man is desperately wicked.
Very,
so the Bible tells us.
Very wicked.
So now, when the rumors come out, he knows he's going to die.
So he flees.
Flees, again goes to the Persians.
He's so unreliable though.
Anaenda kwa Persians anawaambia, Persians.
Oh, Persians.
I have intelligence from Athens and Sparta.
Sparta.
I can tell you about their military strategies because I'm the one who wrote their strategies. I am their strategist. They are fighting ni mimi.
So if you want to win, I'm your guy.
I'm your guy.
I'm your guy.
And he was telling the truth. So he goes to Persia.
Now.
And then they start winning wars. Then Athens becomes jealous. The jealous
Of course.
All is forgiven if you come back.
Yeah, if you can't be with anyone, if you can't be with me. No, you're making them so happy.
And you see, these games of power are still the same games in relationships. Same game.
Yeah.
Same WhatsApp. Same book.
All is forgiven if you come back.
All is forgiven if only you ditch those two people. Make them exes like I was.
Jabba.
This guy
So he
was
returns
very
to Athens now.
Yes. He returns to Athens like a hero. Imagine he betrayed them by selling.
Twice.
Yes. By selling their strategies. Military strategies.
And then you celebrated.
It was treasonous. Like that is a person you would never originally bring to your fold. A person who's betrayed you, who sold your secrets. And you know that he has done that.
Definitely, yeah.
Then he becomes so valuable that all that
It's forgiven.
treason is forgiven.
No, like
All
it's not
that
even a
is-
crime before our eyes anymore. Like we're just so desperate.
Comes in
Athens
like a
was-
hero. And do you know how heroes were welcomed during that time?
Nika
They used
Jesus
to
ile
run-
donkey na make
Yes,
palm trees.
exactly. Now the whole city would line up. Kulikuanga, all those cities had entrances.
Yeah, like
to the
major
city.
gates. Yeah.
Yes. Guys would stand on this side and others on this side.
And they cheer you.
And soldiers would be there with their weapons.
Store.
Yes, there would be a serious, huge line. Like let's say from Roysambo to Katao.
People
People have just lined up. Yes, they're waiting for you.
Nika time ya Moi.
Even Moi and Kenyatta did that
So I
during that
hear.
time. Yeah, because you are not here.
Yeah, so I hear.
You're not here during Moi's era.
Hey boss.
Kai 202 when Moi was living.
Okay,
So
nilikuwa
hujakunywa maziwa
hata
nayo?
no, imagine no. Nimekuja tu ya Brookside. Mimi
Oh
najua
my
tu
goodness, you
Brookside.
guys have not enjoyed life. Me, I'm enjoy life. Yeah, I was here during Moi's time. I know Moi that
Unajua-
I enjoyed maziwa ya Nyayo.
Unaji expose. It's not. Are you
I'm
proud of
forcing-
it?
Yes, that's why I'm talking about Socrates.
Unaji expose venye wewe ni mzee.
Mimi ni mzee. Uzee, wacha niwaambie siku hizi uzee ni rare. Uzee ni rare.
Watu wana dedi.
Dedi haraka. So,
At such a young age.
yeah, so when you get it, be proud of it.
So even Moi did that. Nasikia watu walikuwa.
Yes, guys used to align.
Yeah, akina mama were telling me this.
Yes, and shops used to be closed.
Yeah.
If it
Ati
comes
Moi
to Car
anakuja West.
yes,
Nivo.
all the shops
Ni
closed.
public holiday for
If
Car
you
West.
open, by the way, there is a
Why?
case in Ruiru where many of the Wahindis were sent away.
Oh.
Yes, they opened the shops when
Why though?
Kenyatta was passing by. It was a sign of respect and a sign of honor.
And then there's then there's the current.
No, it's constitution that changed. It's the
wait.
constitution.
Ilikuwa kwa constitution.
No, the powers of the presidents were so much.
Oh.
Too much. He could not be opposed of ovyo.
Oh.
I'm saying when Moi left presidency, it was out of his own volition.
Okay.
Not
Alikuwa
ballot.
amechoka.
If he wanted to stay, he would have stayed. Not ballot.
Hey, we thank God.
That guy ruled for 24 years.
Yeah.
24
That's
years.
so long.
He used to win elections. Na landslide.
Landslide. Alikuwa na
When
nini?
you're
Later
referee-
kwaje? Strongholds.
Yes.
Strongholds zake zote. Dharakanithi.
Dio. No, zilikuwa kwa Dio.
Zilikuwa zishafika before siku ya
Kura
kura.
inapigwa inaenda kwa Dio. Track inaingia kwa Dio, si yenye inatoka. Ile inatoka inakoga. Tunajua nani imechagua.
Ni Moi.
And there was also a mlolongo system.
Ile ya ku
mnapanga line.
Watu wa Moi hapa.
Yes.
Watu wa the other
Alafu
people.
unakuta hii line nyingine ni refu, huyu mjamaa iko hapa ni fupi.
Lakini nenda
Wanasema the
ameshinda.
eyes have it. It was declared like that.
Enyewe.
Mlolongo system.
Let me tell you. We thank God for the changes.
So now he is invited like a hero. Guys have lined up. That's how they used to do.
Yeah.
And then the guy would have a horse, riding on the horse. The
Now
hero would be
Alcibiades.
yes, would be in front with a very big robe. The train. Hiyo imetajwa kwa Isaiah chapter 6, by the way. So he would riding as a hero.
Umesema Isaiah.
Yeah. It's Isaiah. Kwa unataka niseme Isaiah?
It's Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah.
Yeah,
Ni
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Hey bro. Wow.
Tulikuwa tunasema hivyo.
Isaiah.
By the nowadays do we have kids who are called Isaiah?
Med ni mine Isaiah. Not Isaiah. Isaiah.
Isaiah. Ni majaden tu.
Ni Jaden. Ndo ameja.
So he goes back to this place.
Yeah, Athens.
As a hero. But where we'll talk about the reversal, he eventually dies. Because you see, when you start playing a lot of people or playing parts in this game of power, people discover you.
You are attacking
Little finger.
a lot. Oh my God, yeah.
Yes, people discover you.
Oh,
it has its
wow.
limitations.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about them.
definitely.
Yes, so see ati just cut on stone.
Hakuponea.
Yeah.
Hakuponea. Okay. Lessons learned or lessons from observance. Never tie yourselves to one faction. It limits your leverage. Alcibiades refused to remain loyal to Athens, Sparta, or Persian. Like this guy knew how to. Yeah, mwenye alikuwa anasema I am the prize.
Yes.
It's about me. It's not about you.
Yeah.
Each time he switched sides, he increased his value by offering new insights, secrets, and skills that only an outsider could provide. Lesson. When you are uncommitted, every side believes that they can win you over. That makes you valuable to all. Is this what we do when now as a single person you go on many dates? You're uncommitted.
No,
You're uncommitted.
You see,
You're uncommitted. Now they're all winning to get your attention.
for him, first of all, like I want to say, even for a man, be valuable first. Men create their value. You create your value before you start saying I am the prize. You're not the prize because you're male.
No.
You're the prize because you have value.
Yeah.
And you have created that value. Alcibiades in this case created value. What was his value? His oratory skills and his military prowess.
Yeah.
He was a great military general and a great orator, and he was charming.
Yeah.
Those were the three things that distinguished him or that made him valuable. And so when you realize that that is your value, he was using it to leverage 3 kingdoms. Huyu sasa si kucheza ati na 2 people, 3 people.
He knew.
By the way, this is not a prescription for being Theodore, non-committed in relationships. No. I'm telling you, if you apply this rule cast on stone, you will suffer.
You will suffer for real.
No, you will suffer.
You can't just walk around in this world not committed to anything.
Yes, you have to know what is the distinguishing value that you possess. What value do you possess?
Yeah.
Like this guy, he was helpful to those people. The reason why they were fighting over him, to win him over,
They know his value
they
too.
know his value.
Yeah.
They know that this is a guy, when he sides with you, then
You're
win.
winning.
And not only knowing your value, backing it up by actually siding with a side and making it win.
Yeah.
Because had he gone to Sparta and Spartans lost, he would have died.
Yeah, he would have been killed. He wouldn't have gotten the woman.
He wouldn't have gotten the king's wife.
Yeah.
Yani out of all these ladies around, now this hero, he
The
just decided,
king's
yes.
wife. I aim high.
Yes. So when you are uncommitted,
Every side believes.
every side believes that they can win you over. The person who people struggle to win over is the person with the higher value. And that's why I tell you, don't chase the bag.
Attracted.
Don't chase money. When you chase money, the assumption, the illusion is that it is running away from you. You attract. Same case with relationships.
Yeah.
As a man, don't chase women. When you chase women, they are running away from you. But there is a way you can Alcibiades. Unaweza kuwa tu Alcibiades.
Ukwe tu na kivalue fulani.
Ukwe tu na kivalue. And it doesn't have to be much.
No.
By the way, it doesn't have to. People think that the guys settle for too much. No. Someone can just like the way you dress.
Even talk.
Yes, even
as
talk.
basic as talk. Your speech. By the way.
Anasema kitu kidogo, my friend. Anachukua kila.
That is true.
Anawabeba.
And I think a lot of men need to know that. Don't run your mouth.
Yes.
Don't run your mouth.
It's mystery.
It's that. Oof,
yes, ladies are
nice.
usually attracted to mystery. The man that is kyodo mysterious.
Yeah. You say less, you talk less, but when you do,
and even if you talk more,
good.
you must have something. And this is where someone does the personal evaluation. What is this that you bring to the table? Every man must ask himself that question. What is it that you're bringing to the table? That is not a question a man should ask a lady. It's a question a man should ask himself.
Themselves.
Now, if what you're bringing to the table is valuable, people will line up to buy.
We will all sit at your table.
People will line up to buy. Look at CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yo, there's something he's launching.
I don't know, but whatever he launches, whatever that guy endeavors to do will succeed.
Ever.
He's so valuable, and he's old. In football years, I think he's around 38, 39.
Yeah.
39 years.
He's supposed to be retired.
That in football years, you're supposed to have retired. But he's now more valuable than he's ever been.
Akasema anataka kwenda hii team atalipwa.
Kabisa. You know how much he's being paid? He's one of the top paid players in the world.
Sindio, of course. I'd also want to have Ronaldo in Manchester United.
He was there, but Manchester disappointed him. No, Manchester disappointed him. Yeah. What he said about Manchester was
true. And he was coming back home. Yani, ndo maana mna lose. Aya, 2, strategic ambiguity creates power. No one could fully read Alcibiades' motives. His unpredictability created fear and fascination. Fascination?
Yeah.
His enemies hesitated. His allies never stopped trying to keep him. The lesson here: being mysterious or flexible in allegiance keeps others invested in decoding and pleasing you.
Yes. You become
like
the valuable
Athens,
person.
Yeah, like Athens, how they welcomed him like a hero. Is to ni kumpapasa tu ndio asitoke tena.
Let me give you a practical example. When you are in a room and you have two or three people are arguing, you're the fourth person in that room.
Yeah.
And then you come and sit when they are still arguing, and you sit silently as all of them continue to argue. What usually happens?
They ask for your opinion.
They start asking for your opinion.
They do. They really do.
That's power. That's the law.
Yeah.
So now when you're there, they want to hear.
Everyone wants to hear what you have to say.
Human beings are objects of interpretation. They interpret. They like to know where you stand. People don't like your ambiguity. Ambiguity disturbs people. That's why tutarudi kwa relationships because kuna Queen Elizabeth.
Ambiguous.
That's why unasikianga ladies like to ask, who are we?
What are we doing?
The one who asked that question, the
first
one is the one with the least power. Nimeanza uchokozi. Ukisikia what are we? We ndio uko na power. What are we? He never commits. I don't even know. He just gives me mixed signals. That's power play.
Hapo umeguza waya.
No, it's power play.
The one who asks, who are we?
The one who asks is the one with the less power. What are we?
What are we?
He's the one who wants
what
commitment.
Are we doing?
What
is
the one
this?
Who is wooing. He's the Athens and Spartans and Persians of that time looking for Alcibiades.
So ndo Alcibiades.
Yeah.
I hate how that is very true.
No, it is true.
Yeah.
It is true.
That is.
And you say,
okay.
So what are we?
What are we?
What are we?
Who are we?
And you see, and that's the tactic that Queen Elizabeth used.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the first, Queen Elizabeth the first.
The first.
But the being mysterious and flexible it's very attractive. People are attracted to mystery.
Yeah.
The Luanda Mageres, the Koi, alikuwa anaitwa Koi san.
Koi.
Ama mina
Khoisan. But Khoisan is the tribe.
I don't know.
Khoikhoi.
Mimi nakumbuka tu kuna kitu ilikuwa inaitwa Khoikhoi and the Sun.
And the Sun. Yeah, those are tribes.
Yes, you see the Luanda Magere,
Yeah.
the sijui nani from which the Ondetos, those things. People are usually attracted to mysteries. And if you look at how storytelling was happening in the past, guys would sit in the fireplace
Around,
and they would be told a story of a mysterious person. What made Samson was mystery and his power.
Oh yeah, when he hid it.
So as a man, your only leverage in a relationship is mystery.
It's mystery.
Be mysterious. Stay. Ndio tunasemanga stay danger.
Na hamwambiwi msishike simu.
Yes.
Na msireply
It is not an act. I'm telling you.
Sasa this one's a mysterious hata shika simu weekend yote.
It's not an act. You get valuable by practicing these things that give you value.
True.
Number one, you practice strategic silence. It's something you teach yourself. I told you can go sit in a room and teach yourself how to keep quiet. Go sit in a room, switch off everything. I do that a lot. I go to my room and then switch off all the lights and everything, and I just sit. Like if you were to watch what I do in private, you'll think I'm a mad person. Mtaanza kunidiagnose.
You only listen to your thoughts.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to my thoughts, or I sit down like this, put earphones, and I'm just listening to some noises, to white noises.
Hey, do you know you're black?
Yeah?
You know you're black, right?
Yes, I don't know why they call them white noises.
Like rain sounds and...
Yes, those things.
Silas.
Yes.
Where
I do
we?
listen to those things. Yeah.
White noise.
Yeah.
Unafaa kusikiza guns ratatatata. Kwanza umetoka gedho.
You see white noises inaku.
Calm, they're calming.
your mind.
You listen to the ocean.
Especially when I am coming from a very difficult meeting.
Eh.
Especially when I am...
That's how you unwind.
Yes, that's how I unwind. Sasa nimeanza kureveal my mystery.
Hizi ni vitu nimeona kwa movies. And what?
Yeah, I do that.
Wow.
It's
Interesting.
like I tell you, I usually tell men, be comfortable in your own skin. There's a difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness has an assumption that you're missing something.
Yeah.
Aloneness is you're comfortable in your own company. So I have, from past experiences and past hurts,
It hurts.
past hurts have taught me to
embrace aloneness.
Yeah. And just be comfortable. And I think the older men get, the more silent they become.
That's true.
Yeah. The older,
That's true.
I think I'm becoming wise and silent.
Moving on.
But anyway, the older a person gets,
It's true.
the more silent they become.
When you listen to this 60, 50-year-olds speak, they only speak wise things.
Yes.
That's why wanatafutangwa kwa hizi when men have like conferences and all of that, it's always the older men because they speak. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Hizi zingine, being desired is more powerful than being owned. Yeah.
Na uchokozi.
Okay. All right. Sawa. Umeshout. Aya, the lesson. In power dynamics, it's better to be pursued than possessed.
Yeah.
Possessed.
And we are not saying completely never commit.
Please.
The law here is, by the way, just to clarify, we are not saying never commit to anyone. We are saying never commit to anyone too quickly. Too quickly. It is the speed which is the issue. It is not the commitment. Because if you read the reversal is very brutal. Once people discover that say anakuwaga tu na mchezo. And I told you reputation is everything. Guard it with your heart. Imagine if you have a reputation for never committing to nobody would want you to be associated with them. Yeah. Because you'll never commit with them. To them. So it is something that should be practiced in the Bible with fear and trembling.
Yeah.
No, it is the truth. Once guys discover you or build a perception around you that is negative, you're done, Tracy. You're done completely.
True.
So it is better to be pursued
than possessed.
Than to be possessed. And you put yourself strategically to be pursued. I saw some tweets wakisema that men You are the prize. I still emphasize.
Yeah.
You being the prize is not a matter of gender. It's a matter of what you have done. If you have accomplished things, the more you accomplish, it's like in a video game.
Yeah.
When you're playing video games, you start with a character, akona very few stacks. As you progress this character and as you continue building levels and conquering and doing all these things, this character becomes valuable. That's the same case in life. They can be able to do more. So in life, you start, especially the trajectory of a man. I told you, ladies are born with inherent value.
Yeah.
Ladies are valuable just by virtue that they are ladies. And to prove that point, kukaanza kunyesha sahi, seriously. There's a storm. And we stand with you nje kwa barabara hivi usiku where everyone can see us. Utachukuliwa ni wachwe hapo. Or someone will give you an umbrella.
Yeah.
Just because you're a lady. That shows that ladies have inherent value. Now for men, they create their value.
True.
So you create your value by doing things that make you valuable and put you in the map. Aki nasikia nikani kwa wise.
Wow. Nikusoma. You've read a lot. Keep escapes, guy. No, keep escape routes open. No, this is twisted. Commitment closes doors. Neutrality keeps options alive. Please, this is not related to relationships.
Yeah.
Commitment closes doors. Unasema sasa nikicommit I can
and if you look at Alcibiades, that is the art of war. And for him,
Art of War is a book.
yes,
There's a book called
we'll do Art of War by the
okay.
We can probably do it after 48 Laws of Power. It's an equally interesting.
Yeah. Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu, hiyo ndio ni kama
it's soon, not
one
sun.
of the posts that I put on TikTok ile ya 300 and something K.
Oh yeah.
It's from the Art of War.
Oh, that quote.
Yes, that you win battles by not fighting.
Yeah.
The greatest battles ever won are battles won without lifting a finger to fight.
Okay.
So that's Sun Tzu.
Okay.
Na uliona venye wanaume walichangamkia
Hey,
mpaka saa hii.
370,000.
Mpaka saa hii wanaichangamkia, wengine wananiambia acha mdomo.
Yeah.
Kuna mwingine aliniambia situkutane tupigane.
Kuna mwenye aliuliza mbona unaongelelea vita na mwanamke. Please note that I'm the mwanamke that you're talking about.
Achana na hawa. You see,
I'm the mwanamke.
They're not mysterious.
I'm the mwanamke you're talking about, so please leave me out of it.
But nimeona internet inataka thick skin.
Umenotice?
Yeah,
Umeachana na comments?
Comments.
Kidogo, sasa disable comments.
No. Mimi nilisema wacha ziende. Nowadays I even read them after 2 days. Na pia
nafungwangi ukiniambia ni ati kuna comment fulani now that's when I open. I don't know.
And this is how you practice now. You see, this thing will really help you, Tracy, in your life. As you continue to grow, it will help you. Because the challenges are going to get tougher. The people against you are going to be more. And especially in this space. This space.
Yeah.
And after, it's only a matter of time before Julikane. You saw Lynn Ngugi last time.
Yeah.
She has 1.2 million followers. Subscribers.
Amen.
And you saw government people
Coming at her.
Yeah. So you saw how she responded. That lady's gangster.
Yeah, she's gangster. Lynn Ngugi, hats off. Hats off.
You see?
Respect. Yeah.
So just teach yourself. How did I get to... I laugh at those comments.
You do. Some are funny.
Look at them and don't let them get to you. It is something you practice.
You practice comments not getting to you.
Yes. By reading them, getting hurt at that time. The more you get hurt, the more
the
you
thicker
detach.
the skin.
Yes. Watu watasema kila kitu niliona, you can't please everyone. And
It is true.
Don't actually please yourself. Don't do this podcast for them. Do it.
No. Ningekuwa nina do it for you hata mimi singekuwa ninaamka hapa 6 kukuja.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm doing it for me. Okay, reputation as a free. Okay, that keep escape routes open can be really mistaken.
Yeah.
And the lesson learned here, so people can really mistake what we are saying.
How we can convert it? Keep your laws your whatever
Escape routes open.
I can tell you to always have your survival as one of the things that you strategize on, even in life. You could be married and the marriage does not work out. What you can do is not plan, but actually be okay with it not working out.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Be okay with it not working out. There are people who make other people the center of their lives. When these people leave,
no. It's only God.
Yes. When these people leave, you become a
Crushed.
mess. And you see, we've seen people commit suicide because they have been left.
Yeah.
We've seen people commit suicide because they are in trouble. If you make yourself your own point of origin, that is by keeping your options open, knowing that this person can live. They can live either by leaving you or dying. That's still living.
Yeah.
You have to be okay. That is how I can look at this in a moral way. But not that I am dealing with people, but niko na plans. Unajua, they say ladies know your replacement, or your replacement anakuanga tu hapo. That ka friend of yours mwenye mnatumanga masweta.
That one. Na men, your replacement is just next to you.
Yeah. He knows you vizuri. Anajua story zako. Anaambiwangwa zote, anakuanga bestie.
Zote.
So we can, all these laws, and that's why we've started with the disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's not prescriptive in nature. We are not telling you what to do.
Yeah.
We are telling you to be aware. And that's why we named it Redpill.
Yeah.
It was not just looking for a good name. Because Redpill means awareness. Just be aware that this is how the world is. This is how the world works. And adjust accordingly.
Okay. Reputation as a free agent builds fear and respect. The appearance of freedom signals strength. Those who walk away hold the most power.
Those
who walk away.
Yes, okay. I tell men this. I'm not a relationship expert. But I tell men this. That the only power a man has in a relationship is not the power of the fist. It's not the power of eloquence.
Actually, that shows just how weak you are.
It's not even the power of money. It is not the power of how good you can speak. There's only one power a man has in a relationship. That is the power to walk away when they are disrespected. That they can stand and actually walk away. Si ile ati mimi nitakuacha. It's you tell someone once.
And do
if you do this, I'm gonna leave you. And if they do it, you walk away and leave. And actually leave. Even in a negotiation, business negotiation, the one who has the power to walk away is the one who holds the power. Like the guy who will tell you, I have this offer, take it or leave it. He's powerful.
Na nikumbusha tukibagain naambiwa ni 1500 naambia mimi niko na so 8. And then you walk away nakwambia kuja.
Yes. That is the power.
That's the only power I've held.
That's the only power you have. And people don't understand this. They get frustrated so much in business and in relationships because of that. They don't believe that people can walk away from them. And so you better be the person who has that power to walk away and see through what you say. Inakuanga uchungu, si rahisi.
When you walk away?
Yes.
When you're the one who's walking away?
Yes. It's never fun.
Oh.
Even if wataenda waanza kupost positivity. Moving on. Hashtag.
I'm the prize. Hashtag, this life is very cruel.
That in itself shows you that they are hurting. A person who is okay. If you go to greater lengths to show people that you're okay, it means you're not. If you go to greater lengths to show people that you are rich,
you're not.
Many times.
You're not.
There are rich people who are
flamboyant
and all that. But 90% of the time or 80% of the time, the greater percentage is that you're not. The thing that you try to convince people you are is something you really are not. That's why that's the need. Yes.
Okay.
That's the need. I have met people who are very pious. They have an appearance of piety. Wanakanga waitwa ile deputy Jesus.
Bro, Jesus.
They have that appearance. And when they struggle too much to show you that they are pious people, investigate them.
We ngozi ya kondo tu.
Ndio utajua
Ngozi ya kondo
ni kiodo appearance.
is kiodo appearance.
Yes.
Is masquerade. It's a masquerade ball. I think now we can move to Queen Elizabeth I.
Yeah.
The woman everyone wanted.
The woman everyone wanted.
Everyone wanted Queen Elizabeth I.
Queen Elizabeth I.
Yeah, we're talking about the recent.
At that time,
departed. And this is 1558. Yani, hey, history yenyewe repeats itself.
There is nothing new
There's
under the
really
sun.
nothing new.
Ecclesiastes tells us that there is nothing new under the sun.
Well,
you see what you're going through that you think is you are the only one going through it. Some people are getting discouraged, getting into suicidal thoughts, trying to end their lives because they think that they're the only ones who are going through tough times. If you research, you will find there are other people who have gone through that. And why you should read widely and read other people, it gives you encouragement. When you're going through financial challenges and you come and discover and read how other people, read people like, Mark Cuban. It's a very good story. He's a billionaire right now, but a very good story. But he was not born a billionaire. He was not born into billions.
Yeah.
He started from the ground. Sasa biashara yako ikianza kuanguka kidogo kidogo umeanza kulia, unataka kuanza kununua kamba. Si ukae chini.
Kwanza unataka kuifunga.
Si ukae chini usome watu wengine uone zile challenges walipitia.
Na ni nyingi.
I told you my Cuban secretary alikuwa anamuibia.
Yeah, imagine.
She would whitewash his checks. Nakupatia check kupeleke kwa bank na whitewash. Kitambo banks were not that strict. Unaandika jina yako and one day he goes to the bank after I think years. Discovers he has nothing.
Hana tabop.
Hana do. Secretary amekuwa kisanya do yake.
Jesus Christ.
And he still came back. So
this man owns an island. He bought a town. I was listening to Mark Cuban talk.
He's very wealthy.
This man is rich.
Yeah.
He's rich. Anyway, back to Queen Elizabeth. Tupatie story ya Queen Elizabeth. Kila mtu alikuwa anamtaka.
So Queen Elizabeth, at that time when you become a queen, the society was a lot more patriarchal than it is nowadays.
The patriarchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That people would not respect you as a lady alone. You must have a man.
And for a man?
No, for a man you must marry because family was status.
Okay.
But people would be more lenient to a single man, and they would never be single. Well, imagine a king too in a whole kingdom, a single king. He will be single by choice, but he will have a lot of ladies throwing themselves at him.
At his disposal.
No, if he's single and is Kyodo Solomon, he has a problem.
He has a problem.
Yeah, he has a biological problem.
So women were required.
Women were required.
In
it
positions.
It was status. And actually marriages that time would fortify
kingdoms.
Yes.
Towns.
Would make them strong. Game of Thrones is kabisa. It was fortified through marriages. So whenever there is a queen, other men would always want to throw themselves or to marry her. So this was Queen Elizabeth. But for her, she had learned from her cousin.
Yeah.
Who was called Mary. And Mary went through a lot. She married quickly.
Fast, yeah.
There was a lot of fighting. There was so many things that she went through. So Queen Elizabeth decided that she will not say no. She will not say no to any suitor.
No is a word that she never said.
Unataka kunikatia? Njoo tusemezane. Kama ile verse ya Bible. Njoo, come let's reason together. So there were guys who came and she would entertain them. She would entertain guys from Scotland, guys from this other place, France, Italy. and she would show them positive signs. Unaona zile signs zenye tunaambiwaga na dating coaches.
Those are green flags, like it's green, but really is it?
Wanangi hizi vitu za ujinga, hizi signs she's into you. And if she
signs.
does her hair like
Read in the caption below. Oh my.
So you're there on a date just looking at her hair.
And then she does this.
Yeah,
And then she does.
kumbe tu ni ako itchy.
Ilikuwa hapa, ilikuwa kwa shingo inasumbua.
Unasema yes, amenipe sign.
Oh my
It's
God,
a
she's so
sign.
into me. Tapotea.
So that was Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, no. Okay.
And she was so sought after that guys created mystery around her. They called her the Empress. Hapo ndio jina ilitoka. The Empress. The most desired woman in the world. The most beautiful, though she was not, but the most beautiful in the world.
Yeah, she was not the most
Not,
beautiful,
beauty
definitely.
is relative.
Yeah, very relative.
And every time people showed interest, she entertained the courtship and gained diplomatic leverage. Nobody could attack England. They want the queen.
They want the queen.
How can I attack the queen that I saw? I'm in love with the queen. Nita attack aje. Imagine.
Yeah.
She ruled for so many years without ever war and without getting married. Even though the politics of the day was always after her getting married. She never. She remained aloof.
Loyal to herself. They
She
call
was
her the
very loyal.
virgin queen.
Yes, it is rumored that she died a virgin. But you see, these things, they are rumored. They are rumored.
Ni rumor. Yeah, unless watuleta evidence.
Ni rumors.
Ni
Hakuna
rumors.
evidence kwa karatasi.
Hakuna evidence, so we cannot
So she was
speak on it.
rumored that, but anyway, she knew the art of stringing along. There's a song by Lacrae, and it was Strung Out. One of my favorite songs. It talks about drugs, like the way drugs string out or they pull someone. So he was talking about how those things. So he calls it strung out, like the way drugs determine when you wake up, where you wake up, with whom you wake up, and all those things. So she was a master at stringing men, and that maintained a lot of peace in England.
Okay. Neutrality preserves sovereignty. Elizabeth's refusal to marry wasn't just about personal choice, it was about preserving national independence. In her time, royal marriages were political contract. Had she married the King of Spain or a French noble, England would have risked becoming a pawn in greater continental power games. Instead, Elizabeth remained above these pressures, ensuring that no foreign king could claim dominion over her or her realm. By doing so, she protected England's autonomy and redefined what it meant to be a female monarch in a male-dominated age. Principle: true sovereignty lies in self-sufficiency. When you don't need others to validate or protect you, you become untouchable.
That is very, very crucial. That's why I've told you, be comfortable in your own skin. Self-sufficiency. Because it says true sovereignty lies in self-sufficiency. When you don't need others to validate you or protect you, you become untouchable. I'll tell this to ladies, because ladies look for validation left, right, and center. When you don't need it, it comes. By the way, that is the time when it comes. When you actually are just comfortable the way you are. You don't care, you're not bothered, and you're not looking for that validation. Because validation assumes that those people who are validating you are higher than you. That is why you see, I don't know how true this, that a lady can, or someone can get, if you like validation, someone can get this, stressed when they post a video of themselves and it gets like two likes. Like you have an attention seeker, online attention seeker.
What?
I heard from a celebrity.
Like you post a photo or a video,
yes, like
then not get likes
you
or
don't
comments.
get the likes like you would have wanted.
Then now you feel less of a human.
Yes, you feel like these guys are not.
What?
They're not appreciating me. They're not appreciating how I look, like that. Dopamine. There are guys who get dopamine rush from comments and likes.
Ningekuwa nimededi if it is surviving
It is
because
the
of
truth.
validation.
Yes.
I had have died.
Why do we post photos of ourselves? Are
Not
we
for
tired- are
validation.
we-
Personally, not for validation. I
that
just
is
want to
one.
share.
No, it is one of the things.
Yeah.
One of the things is that kuna watu wana keep up with the friends. Wanaonesha bado niko kama mmenisahau just in case. But many people do it for validation. When they are told you're beautiful, they want to hear that.
It's good to hear it, but don't depend on it.
Now,
That's
if
the
you
thing.
live for that validation, you become less powerful.
Kwani ujue ni mrembo? Girl.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Don't seek
Any
validation.
form of validation, actually, even academic, especially I think the only form of validation I'd seek is academic validation, like being told I'm smart.
Yeah.
That does something.
You see,
like
it's
you've
still
passed.
validation. Yes.
I'd feel nice, but it's not that I depend on it. But
Yeah.
being told, hey, you scored an A, that's nice. You're smart. Hey, ulipita hiyo uni, that's okay. But telling like validation when it comes to me, like my appearance, that's not something I.
And do you know that validation is a woman's currency?
Okay.
That validation is a woman's currency. In relationships, in everything that you do. It is what makes others go.
Yeah.
The one who... Now, what you train yourself, that is a human being in default settings. What you train yourself is to live beyond the validation. That's why you see people who really are after validation get really hurt when they don't get it.
Wait, I didn't know people really see.
No, yeah,
validation
me have seen
that
guys
much.
say that.
Who is that who is saying
I
that?
get.
Ebu-
I'll
if you
look
find that,
for it.
yeah,
I'll
if you
look
find
for
that
it.
video,
I
send
get
it
a
to
bit
me.
depressed when I get very few likes. A bit. I get few likes. So you're always posting. Na ndio maana unaonanga mathirst traps zinakujanga hivyo.
Exactly. No,
It is
that's
because of
so
validation.
wrong.
It's because of validation. You know how your body looks. You don't have to show us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Keep it a secret.
Sasa, that's why people do that. It's validation.
Oh, no.
It's getting yourself in the mud.
That's sad.
It's putting, and you see, they say true sovereignty lies in self-sufficiency. When you don't need others to validate or protect you, you become untouchable. Now, for a man, it's even worse. Have you seen men who do dark faces, who do filters, those things with their beards and all that?
You know?
It's a behavior that confuses me because it's anti-man.
Kwanza
It's
watu wakushinda
unman-
raise eyebrows.
Yes, it's very unman with the filters. Do you know men just look nice in their natural self, in their roughness? In their roughness, wachana na mapedicure na manicure.
Not roughness.
I'm not saying
Kept. Just be kept. Don't use filters.
By rough, I don't mean being dirty.
Acha niseme watu wa mjengo, but
Yes.
don't be dirty. Be kept.
Yes.
Just look okay.
Mimi na mafuta yangu ile ya solid.
That's
I am
it.
perfectly okay.
Yeah.
The manicures, the pedicures, and whatever cure, I don't go for those things. Not that that men shouldn't.
Yeah.
This is not a prescription
True.
of what men shouldn't. But I'm saying men are attractive in their natural self.
Yes.
In their roughness. So wachana na mambo mingi
Wacha dark
ya
face.
filters. Kama uko na unaka otherwise, and by the way,
Umesema ka unakaa otherwise.
And by the way, wacha nikwambie, the value of a man is not in the looks.
That's not kind.
No, the value of men is not in their looks. Do you know that ladies don't care about how men look? The young ones do. You see these young ones wanatoka teenage. Because of coming from Hollywood and Snow White and the Musketeers. So they when women get to these ages, 20s, 23, they don't look for... Have you ever seen a lady with a guy and unashindwa
Aye.
anakaa kama acha niseme
Otherwise. Anakaa otherwise.
Women don't care about how men... These are things that men confuse. They think that women care about how they look. They don't. A man's value is in more than looks. looks are a
True.
plus.
True.
They are a plus, and only a plus. Because what women like in men is their frame.
Tuliacha maneno tall, dark and handsome for real.
Yes, it is their frame. Emotional intelligence, leadership, general masculinity. That's what draws women to men.
Masculinity.
That masculine. And you see, it comes with emotions. Someone who can put you in check. Because, ladies go through a series of emotions during the month. And it is hormonal. It's biological. Si tulisoma hiyo kwa biology.
Yes.
Their biological cycle
Yeah.
of that 1 month. Men don't have the luxury of that. You know that? Sisi men ni uko tu hapo.
January to December, you are the same person. There is no hormonal change.
There is no hormonal change.
We thank the Lord.
Men don't go through that.
Imagine a world where men will also be going through hormonal
I don't like that. I don't like those things. Don't like. So a man, value is not in their looks. It is in everything that... There's a book by a guy called Jer.
Sure.
G-E-J-E-R-R. Jer. And The World Speaks. He talks about what masculinity is. What is a masculine frame? What is it? What does it mean to be a man? And a masculine frame has everything to do with emotional control. It has everything to do with leadership. Leadership and emotional control. You don't want a man who is emotional.
Fact.
A man who is emotional is a dangerous man. Emotional men are the school shooters. Emotional men are the wife batterers. Emotional men are the guys who kill their lovers for being cheated on. You cheat on a masculine man, they leave you. Because they know their options are... They have options.
They have their value.
Yes, they have their value. They know by there. And you see, masculine men are the men that people don't leave. Are the men ladies don't leave. Because they look at you and they tell you, you joke with me, I leave you. And if they tell you they leave you, they mean it. And they actually walk away. They actually leave when they tell you, I am leaving you, they leave you. And they know, since they have created value in and of themselves, they know that it will not be easy. They are okay being in a relationship or not. Because people also, and we see this with a lot of Instagram celebrities. I call them Instagram celebrities. Where they jump from one relationship to another. 1 week, ujama meacha, and he's a man. That's a little bit not manly behavior. Because men have, when you have value, you have options. Yeah. So aloofness.
Aloof. Ambiguity is a tool of negotiation. When your position is unclear, others reveal more about themselves while you remain flexible.
The example I gave you of your friends arguing and you're there just listening to them.
Minding your business.
Everyone wants to draw you to their side. That's power. Every time you're in that situation, remember it's a power.
I have power.
I am powerful now.
I am
now start feeling powerful.
powerful.
Sit down and listen to them as they fight for your approval. And then kidogo una agree na huyu, alafu una agree na huyu.
They'll all try to make their points so valid.
Yes. And if you notice this, they turn to you. They stop arguing with each other and start wooing you. In their argument, point zao sasa, they're not directing their points to the other person.
It's me. Just for my approval.
That's now,
power.
That's power.
As I have to train myself. Jumi nitaingia.
Oh,
nitaingia kwa hiyo conversation.
How ladies jump into conclusion.
I don't even know the conversation, but let's get into it.
But what I'm telling you, it's not that he always be the quiet one.
Yeah.
You raise suspicion. Remember when we were doing the law of always say less than necessary? It is strategic.
Yeah.
There are times when it is not wise to keep quiet. There are times when just sitting like this silently, you're not powerful. So it's not always in silence.
True.
There are times when your power is seen in your speaking. Like alikuwa anaitwa Alcibiades. Tumesema jina yake.
Alcibiades.
He had the power oratory skills. Let me give you an example of a person who would not look powerful silent. Pielo Lumumba.
He will not look powerful while silent.
Yes.
Really?
That guy is very eloquent. Do you see his speeches on Africa? Pierre Lumumba. With his words. His power is in his speech.
This vocabulary.
And his vocabulary.
Congonicity.
No. No, he speaks very well.
He is a very
now when
eloquent
such a person,
speaker.
his power is in his speech. That's why he becomes more powerful as he's called to make speeches.
Yeah.
Pielo akikaa hivi chini atakuwa powerful. Na nyamaze tu aseme akae mam. So it is strategic
Silence. Okay.
Strategic silence, strategic taking of sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Emotional detachment prevents manipulation. Another one that people will take out of course. Emotional neutrality is not coldness, it's control. It gives you hapo chini. Sijasoma hiki paragraph.
Emotional detachment prevents manipulation.
Emotional neutrality is not coldness, it's control. It gives you the ability to act deliberately rather than react impulsively.
Let me tell you something, Tracy, about men. Yeah? Emotional control is the ultimate measure of a masculine man. A person who can control his emotion, whether it is love, whether it is hate, whether it is provocation. Because you don't want a person who is overly emotional. That is where you get, Mungu sitawahi kuacha. That's where you get those things. That's where you...
Guy, nimekumbuka who you've referenced.
That is where you get those things. A man must be able to control his emotions. His anger must be in check. When a man is frustrated, let's say, for example, you have been left by your loved one. As a man, there is a certain pain. Inakuanga hapa. Inakuanga hapa na hapa.
Kwanza hapa.
Inakuanga hapa na hapa.
Yeah.
Now, what many people do is they use that to whine. Somebody comes, starts crying, gets depressed, gets into alcoholism and drugs. That energy is an energy that can propel man to greater heights.
Take it to the gym.
Try to go to the gym. By the way, I'm telling you for a fact, gym is a hospital for depression.
Yeah.
Do not start going to take antidepressants. Just start by being physically active. When I'm in the gym and I work out alone, I work out. Kuna mtu aliniuliza, na kwa hii gym hakunanga watu wengine.
Ni yake. It's his home gym.
Tutakuonanga tu ukiwa peke yako.
Home gym.
Imagine that my best moments of the day is that morning.
Yeah.
When I'm in that gym. I go lock myself, I put loud music, and I start working out. The pain, the mixture of pain and pleasure. It's pleasurable sometimes. When you're lifting, unasikia umechoka.
Really?
Yes.
Pleasurable after the results.
No, even during. Me, nikika hapo hivyo nikijifungia, I feel like, man,
I'm having the time of my life.
I'm having a blast lifting weights. That's why you say when we went for camp, I carried the weights.
You did carry
I used to wake up
weights.
in the morning and go to work out hapo karibu na swimo.
Sindio?
Just lift weights, yes.
Happiness.
Yes.
Joy.
So,
satisfaction.
That energy, you can use energy of disappointment to propel yourself to. You can propel yourself to greater heights. You can say, somebody left me because of my mouth. Let me teach myself how to be quiet. Lesson learned. Instead of crying over that closed door, learn the lesson and move on. Enda sasa ujiambie, ude maliniacha kwa nini? Maybe because I don't have emotional control. Get books that deal with emotional control.
Yeah.
Teach yourself how to control your emotion. In your next relationship, you'll be okay. You'll be better. As a matter of fact, some of them realize, he's done. And you don't know scenarios of exes wanting to come back.
One thing for sure is they always come back.
They always come back.
One thing for sure.
Kwani mimi nilikuwa na date akina nani?
One thing for sure.
Hawarudingi wakienda.
Hakuwa na value. haukuwa na value your time.
Misiski poa. Siski vizuri.
One thing for sure is moving on. Moving on. Balance builds mingi sana. Balance builds stability, the power principle. By avoiding ideological extremes, you can control a broader base of people who would otherwise be split.
Sijaona hiyo iko kwa?
After your emotional detachment, the power principle.
Balance builds.
Yes. By avoiding ideological extremes, you can control a broader base of people who would otherwise be split.
Yeah.
Even in that example, you're just sitting somewhere in the corner.
Yes, and
it's like
be
you
quick.
have control. Yeah.
Don't be quick to take sides, especially when you don't know when you don't have the clear.
Okay, this law would be really mistaken outside here.
Yes.
Because people will take it in the context of dating.
No, it's not only
life
is not only about dating.
Yeah.
Dating is just a small part of life.
Oh God.
This is power plays. Even in business, do not be quick to take sides. Don't, because you might take the wrong side. You don't know what the future holds. Before you take any side, sit down and analyze. Which is the winning team. That's how politicians behave.
True.
You think
before they join
ideologies?
alliances and whatnot.
You think politicians at your party at your line with the
DVD.
Soma history ya Kenya utaona.
DVD si alihamia hii side na akapata kiti unconstitutional. He really weighed his option.
Yes, it is strategic partnership. Wow. You sit down and you observe, this team looks like it's gonna win. I'm going to join them. I might hate their ideologies and what they stand for.
For real.
But I'll join them because they are winning. So, do not be too quick to commit. Don't be too quick to show your cards.
Yeah.
That way you can be able to weigh from a neutral point of view. And when you commit, you will commit, and this is how now we apply the law. You will commit with knowledge. How to commit ignorantly. To commit strategically. Yes.
Okay. Independence commands respect. The true respect is not... True respect is earned by not by pleasing others. Okay, take 7. True respect is earned not by pleasing others, but by standing firm in your principles, especially when the pressure to conform is intense.
Yes, standing firm with your principles. And this especially applies to men. A man must have principles that leads their life. Like, for example, you can tell yourself that this is the path I follow. And you stick to it. You better be wrong. You better be wrong. But be a person of principle. Don't be... You see how the former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, how he lost his reputation. Yeah. Yes. That is where now he didn't play this law vizuri. He played both sides and was not very strategic in playing. That's why he was called a watermelon. And you see, people don't trust you when that is how when your reputation is perceived. Because he's never really regained his reputation.
Yeah, today.
Never. Really? So, just stand firm in your principles. Where President Ruto became Ruto was during the constitutional review, the change in constitution. All the political bigwigs, Kibaki, Uhuru, Raila, everyone was on one side. The 2010 constitution. Everyone was on one side.
Yeah.
Ruto was with the church. Alone. He was only political bigwig. Hao wengine walikuwa politicians, but they were not as pronounced. Imagine Ruto
faced... Uko kulia?
Yeah?
Uko naliendaga kulia?
Wapi uko?
Huyo Ruto.
No,
ile time akistand na church.
Hiyo ni ya juzi. During that time, it was yes or no.
That
is where
I remember that.
Machungwa na mandizi. So
I remember.
Ruto went and aligned the church and campaigned with the church and faced these people. Though he lost,
he won the hearts.
He won the hearts of people because
the church especially.
Yes, he was a man with a stand. People don't care about how wrong you are in your stand. Tracy, people don't care about how wrong you are in your stand. People care that you have a stand. You must show people that you have a stand. you better be wrong in your stand, but have a stand. It is better for them to say that Tracy has a wrong stand rather than saying Tracy is a watermelon.
Yeah.
A watermelon is worse. So people better say that even though she is wrong, she believes in what she does and she does it anyway. There are guys who get jobs based on their belief, not academics, based on their beliefs. You think I got my job because of academics? No. Just believe, stand by what you believe, stick to it. Be wrong, even if you are sincere. You can be sincere and sincerely wrong, but still be sincere.
Yet you can be wrong.
You can be sincere and sincerely wrong.
But you're still sincere.
You're still sincere.
Then sincerity is what that matters.
So that people say, she is a sincere person. She was wrong, but she was sincere. Yeah. So you better, that is a better reputation than huyu ananga msimamo. Like people hate watu wananga msimamo. That's where Casmuel right now.
He's facing it. He's honestly
anakasikia.
One thing, I don't like watermelons.
Yes.
And I feel like not because of it's green and it's red.
Yeah.
I don't find it reasonable. Are you a fruit or are you water?
Yeah. Exactly.
Aki, that's it. It's not deep. It's not deep. Like choose to be water or a fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ni
But
kama
have
ile
a
ngoma ya
stand.
Mr. T, finje.
Maisha finje Mr. T nakataa. Maisha finje everybody amekataa.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just have a stand.
Oh yeah, don't be lukewarm. Be hot or
Stand.
cold.
And when you are wrong, you can come back in future and say I was wrong. But I took a stand. You'll have more respect than never took a stand.
Okay. Do we talk about Pilato?
Tuangalie Pilato kidogo.
Pilato.
Just a few minutes. And we are looking at this story of Pilate from the Roman side. Not from the biblical Jesus side. And as we know, Pontius Pilate. Pilato. Na kwanza ni hii week. Hii si ndio week
Yeah,
Easter?
it's Easter week.
Oh, we'll talk about
Actually,
Pilate.
when this video is premiering will be Easter.
Ah, yeah.
Wait,
Pilato.
inatangwa? Good Friday.
Good Friday.
So
Pilato, tunai air Friday?
yeah, it's
Friday.
premiering on Friday.
So Pontius, he was a Roman governor. And that was a political seat. I told you I loved Rome.
Rome.
And
the goal is to take Silas to Rome.
yes. Haki sema nitumie tu
Tutaanza kuweka ile namba
hii
hapa.
paybill mnatumianga watu wengine hata wa deserve hizi paybill.
Send it to our phone number.
Hizi paybill ama tu mimi
hashtag Silas Rome.
Wale wanasema I want you to be my personal trainer. Si utume do kwanza.
Wow. Utaambiwa uende uambie huko.
Tuma do kwanza ndio nitakwambia personally. First tuma do.
Some of the comments we read on TikTok. It's just some.
Yeah, TikTok is just a fun place to be.
Wow.
So Pilate, that was a political position.
Yeah.
Pilate had to manage Rome and manage the priests, manage the Jews. So it was not an easy task for him. Anything he would do, if there was a riot, Rome would summon him. He would be in trouble. His work as a prefect, as a governor, was to keep peace, to keep the peace. So Jesus of Nazareth is brought to him, and he is very innocent. As a matter of fact, Pilate passes Jesus as very innocent.
Yeah, he does.
Do you know, theologians say that the verse that says Pilate examined Jesus is a medical term. They were
Examined, yeah.
Yes, when he was being accused, they say he examined him. Like he looked at him and said, this guy has no sin.
Like nile kama amesikiliza mashtaka kila kitu.
The diagnosis. Alifanyiwa
like,
diagnosis akaona he's innocent. But then again, this guy had an empire to please, the Roman Empire. He had an emperor, Caesar, to please. And so he sees these accusations are baseless. I blame him for not taking a stand.
He should have.
Yes. Even though he saw someone was innocent, but the politics of the day. That's why I'm saying we are approaching this thing from the Roman side. The politics of the day was unfavorable. So he looks at Jesus and says, these guys are choosing a thief, a
Over.
non-murderer, and Christ.
Wow.
So since I have nothing, and even the wife warned him, because the wife
Oh.
dreamt. Yes, in the Bible, the wife dreamt, and it sent word to Pilate, have nothing to do with this innocent man, because I was disturbed in my sleep because of him. And so he now has mkono and decides it's up to you. He lets them do whatever they want. His blood is on your hands, so that it doesn't get known that Pilate has gone to start taking sides with the Jews or against the Jews. Remember, Jesus Christ was a celebrity at that time.
Yeah.
And if he had released him, he would have faced massive opposition because of taking sides. Yeah.
Alina watu mkono akasema.
Pilato.
Pontius Pilate. Pontius.
Yes, tunamitanga Pontius.
Pontius.
Kizungu si mdomo wetu. My dad likes to say kizungu si mdomo yangu.
Si mdomo changu.
My dad calls sufuria kifria.
No.
Typical Luo man.
No.
Kifria. Songesha hiyo kifria huko.
Oh God. Hiyo ni yetu anaisemanga hivyo. Kuna watu wengine wanasemanga kifria.
Huko kwetu kikuja utasikia matamshi. Matamshi kuna shida.
Lakini English mnaiongea.
Anglo. I cannot speak Kiswahili. I just speak Luo.
You don't
But you know
arrive.
Luo ina flowing na Kizungu. You flow.
True.
You flow.
I don't think Luo could speak any other language.
Unasikia mtu anataka kusema huyu ni mtu useless. Unasikia ngani ngama useless kabisa. Na it is in Luo. That's how they speak, isn't it? Ngani ngato my useless.
Wait, what?
Yes. No, Luo and English they flow. Ngani ngato my useless.
Si kama venye si tunasemanga kiodo.
Kiodo technique.
It is not.
Hiyo unaona tumeisukuma.
Inakaa
Ya English unasikia venye ya Luo ina flow.
Aki imeingia.
Ngama ngato my useless. Ate mo ponje to he can't hear, he can't listen.
Wow.
Alafu
Luo is so
mnasemanga
fun.
sijui kijaka.
Hey, wewe unajua umelelewa town.
Najua
We
kijaka
wouldn't
vizuri.
judge you. We wouldn't judge you.
I already have.
Real. Aya. Also, lessons from Pilate's observance, not very different from Queen
Yeah.
Elizabeth and huyo mwingine alikuwa anaitwa nani? Abdiwo. Jina yake imepotea. Hata
Actually,
siipati
tunaweza
kwa notes.
angalia only 2 year non-commitment preserves
Yeah.
political survival na ya mwisho.
Okay.
Avoiding extremes.
Sawa. Non-commitment preserves political survival. Pilate's refusal to side openly with either the religious leaders or Jesus' followers helped him avoid direct blame from Rome or the Jewish elites.
You see, he was able to stay because
Then
of
his
that.
neutrality.
Yes, if you read historians like Josephus, the historian called Josephus, they talk about the political side of it. When we read from a religious point of view, we look at you, Pilate. What did you do? You should have done this.
Yeah.
Though he should have done the right thing. But from the political side, he was trying to balance.
Yeah.
But that was God's will, so that Christ can die for our sins.
We wouldn't have hope.
We wouldn't have hope if Christ had not been crucified for our sins. Yes.
Okay. The last one, avoiding extremes protects from backlash. By neither condemning nor saving Jesus, Pilate avoided alienating factions completely. He minimized enemies on both sides.
Yeah, in everything that we are saying, in every law that we are presenting, there is always an extreme. Too much of anything is poisonous.
True.
Too much of anything. Avoid extremes. Avoid both sides of the pendulum. You're better off, si katikati. You're better off just slightly swinging. Swing slightly. Usiende kwa
Don't be stagnant.
the extremes. Because there are people who listen. And I have seen this, like, for example, the masculinity coaches, the people who talk about men's wellness, like Amerix, when he says what we were talking about, that men are the prize. There are people who blow it out of proportion. They don't understand that statement. They don't understand that a man being a prize means that a man building himself socially, emotionally, religiously. Those 3 things. Building himself socially means that he has emotional control. He can control himself. is someone who can be relied upon in terms of extremities. And when do you see someone with emotional control? They are tested during times of crisis. Then financial control. That's another prize where a person is building himself or has built himself. Is building an empire. Men are creators. God has made us to build things. We build things. When you're building yourself, your business, your empire, that's the other thing. And then religious. A man who fears God. Because, we have to submit to God, who is the sovereign ruler of the world. And so those three things are what makes a man the prize.
Yeah.
Not ati unaamka leo unasikia men are the prize, alafu uko hapo you have nothing to show, alafu unasema I am the prize. You are not. You're not.
This 21-year-old
You make yourself a prize.
Imagine a 21-year-old saying that they are the prize.
A 21-year-old is a child. They don't know their left from their right.
Naonanga watoto wa miaka 21 wakikuwa watoto.
Yes, they don't know the left from the right. That's true. And especially a man at that age. That age, a lady is ndo wanagonga ma prime, the prime sexuality and the prime in beauty. As they are hitting those ages, hawako sawa. Au kusema price is okay. For a man, it takes time. In your 20s is the year when men starts, you have not even known what you want in life. In your 20s, ndio unaanza kudiscover, I can be a photographer. I can do AI. I can do this. I can work
Bitcoin.
here. I can do Bitcoin. That's where you make most of your mistakes.
Yeah.
Make them, but try. You'll start seeing a man starting to become something financially. Akianza kugongaga kiodo 27. Starting hitting 27. That's when they first
Late
get
20s.
their nice job.
Yeah.
There's
salary.
always an exception to the rule. Their nice salary, they move. When they hit 30, between 30 and 40, men in their 30s are at their prime.
Peak.
At their peak.
Their
They have
values
already
are the
decided
highest.
whether they are podcasters or directors or whatever they are. And then they are building. Now in their 40s, now in 30s as they are building, this is where now you can say you are the prize. This is where you can validly say, I am the prize, not in your 20s. So when they get to their 40s, they have already built in their 30s. When they get to 40, now they enjoy their spoils. A man's goal is to retire early. My goal is to retire early. I want to retire by the time I'm 40. I want to move around. I want to go to Rome.
You want to go to Rome?
I want to go and see that Roman Empire.
And
the castle
and the
of
Versailles.
I want to go.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to do that in my 40s if God keeps me.
Yeah.
So that is when, until you get there, you are not the prize.
Ukienda Rome bei imepanda.
Ini parting shot. Until nifike kwa the castle of Versailles. I am approaching the prize.
Awesome. Let's not mistake this rule. It's not only tied to relationships. I mean, if you listen to us again, kama ulikuwa nafikiria umefika ending na bado unaona ni kama tunaongelea relationships, anza tu tena until you get the point or read the law itself. But that's it. Thank you for watching or listening if you're on Spotify. Subscribe, like, share. Go on TikTok and leave us very hilarious comments. Okay, bye-bye.
Peace.